Hello YouTube, this is the Dbtgamer show, episode 161. I hope you all enjoyed the Legend of Zelda A Link to the Past Let's Play. Me and Adam had a lot of fun making it. There will be a new Let's Play coming soon, but first I want to do some reviews. So, on to today's review. When I was a lot younger, there used to be a chain of shops called Woolworths. These days Woolworths has closed down due to the stupid credit crunch. And I used to shop there quite a lot when I was a kid. And the very first video game I bought in my entire life, with my pocket money, was Kirby's Dream Land for the original Game Boy. I got Super Mario Land and Tetris free on my Game Boy, but this was the actual game I bought, with my pocket money. So this is the very first game I bought. So, I'm going to review this one today. So, let's get started. Alright, let's start my Game Boy Advance SP and start this review. Now, Kirby's Dream Land is a very good platformer, although it's quite a short platformer. The story for the game is pretty simple. Basically, King Dedede has stolen all the food from the Dreamland people, and Kirby's really annoyed because that means all his food is gone as well. I mean, Kirby can't live without his lifetime supply of strawberry shortcake. So Kirby's pissed off and is going to run over to King Dedede's castle, rescue his strawberry shortcakes and all the Dreamland's food as well. That's the basic storyline for the game. Kirby's pissed off because he had his food nicked. Whatever. Graphics for this game. The graphics for this game, I think they're really good. On the original Game Boy, it was in black and white, of course, but if you have the Game Boy Advance SP, you can add a splash of colour. Controls for this game. Controls for this game are also really good, and they're very, very simple and easy to learn. A jumps, B inhales, B also fires out what you've inhaled. Start, pause your game. Select, as far as I know, does nothing. Arrows move around, left and right. Down ducks. Press up, you can start flying. Press B, shoots out an air pellet, and that's pretty much it. Music for this game. Music for this game is also really good. This has some of the catchiest tunes that I've ever heard in a computer game. Most of these tunes I can remember off by heart. Gameplay of this game. Well, the gameplay of this game is also very good. It's a simple 2D side-scrolling platformer. And it's definitely one of my favourites for the original Game Boy. Good stuff about this game. Well, the good stuff about this game is definitely the power-ups. We just beat this mini-boss and I'll talk about power-ups in a moment. This boss is pretty easy. Just grab its bombs and throw them back at him and get a taste of zero medicine. Got him. Let's talk about power-ups then. I actually have the original instruction manual, which is quite rare for me because a lot of the manuals from when I was a kid got lost, but I managed to find this one. One of the best items in the game is the candy. It makes you invincible for a few seconds. I think about 5 to 10, although I'm not too sure. Another item that's really good is the bomb. You sort of it looks like it kills all the enemies in front of you in a line. Although the bomb does have a downside. If you keep it inside Kirby for too long, it will explode and do quite a lot of damage to his HP. So use it as soon as you get it, or as quickly as possible, because you don't want it exploding inside. You can really do a lot of damage. Microphone. Another one of my favourite items. It destroys all the enemies on screen. In future games, you can use it 3 times. In this game, for some bizarre reason, you can use it once. Spicy food. One of my most favourite items in the game, because there's these enemies in the game that look like cannons, and this item actually makes those enemies possible to kill, because it lets you shoot several fireballs out, and if you get behind one at cannons and just keep firing at it, eventually those things will die. So it's a pretty useful weapon. It can kill certain enemies that you can't kill on your own. But my most favourite item in the game has got to be the mint leaf. The mint leaf only appears in one level and on one boss fight as far as I can remember. And it lets you fly, and it also gives you infinite air pellets, which gives you the edge on beating the third boss, which is the giant blimp. The next item is called the magic bag of food. In later games, this item is called the maximum tomato. It just replenishes all your health, but it's really useful. The next item is called the pet brew. Pet brew's similar to the magic bag of food, but only requires 2 bars of health. It looks kind of like a bottle of pop, so I always usually call it the bottle of pop. And just like every other platform, it's the classic item known as the 1-up. So there's some really good items in this game, and lots of them are really useful. Apart from the bomb, which is rather dangerous if you don't get rid of it quickly. The next thing I want to talk about YouTube is the stage. There are 5 stages in the game. Greedy Green stage, this is the one I'm in now. It's a pretty easy stage, and it's not too difficult. It's a nice, easy stage, just to get you started, I suppose. The boss is pretty easy as well. I'll talk about the boss in a bit. The next, second stage called Castle Lulu. Lulu. That castle must have a lot of toilets. It's a pretty good stage. I do like the music a lot in it. My favourite stage has to be the Floating Island, which is stage 3, which has that boss fight with the blimp. The next stage is called Bubbly Clouds. This is my least favourite stage in the game, but it has my favourite music in the game. The Bubbly Clouds theme, I really like that music. But the reason why I don't like Bubbly Clouds so much is because when I was a kid, there was this one boss with this giant cloud thing, and that was the thing that always used to beat me, and I always could. It took me ages to get past that damn cloud. The final stage is Mount DDD. Mount DDD is a pretty difficult stage. You have to beat all 4 bosses: Wispy Woods, Lulu, the blimp thing, the cloud, and once you've beaten all 4 of those, you have to fight King Dedede. And King Dedede is a pretty tough boss. He has 12 health, and he's one of probably the hardest boss in the game. His boss battle theme's also pretty epic as well. Alright, YouTube, just give me a moment and I'll find one of the bosses to show you. I found a boss, YouTube, it's just through this door. This is the very first boss of the game, it's called Wispy Woods. It's a pretty easy boss. Alright, let's get started. Dodge the puff pellets. And grab the apples and throw them back at him. Pretty easy boss. One of my favourite parts of the game is the victory dance that Kirby does at the end of the boss. Breakdancing! Moonwalk! Oh, I love that bit. Kirby can do the moonwalk, that's cool. The game also has unlimited continues, although when you get a continue, you lose a small portion of your points. So, yep. This is the microphone I talked about earlier. Really good item. There's also 2 cheats for this game that you can mess around with the game's difficulty and also mess around with the game's settings to make it a little bit more easier or harder for yourself. I'll just go back to the title screen and talk about those. Right, if you press up, select A, you can switch the game to extra game mode. Extra game mode basically makes the game harder. The bosses have a few more tricks up their sleeves, and they have some new attack patterns. There's some new enemies in the game, and the game's basically a lot harder. Also, if you press down, B, select together, you get the configuration mode. In here you can change Kirby's maximum health bar from 6 all the way down to 1. You can change it how many lives you start up with. And here there's also the sound test so you can listen to your favourite songs. Just give me a moment now to see if I can find the bubbly clown music. Well, this isn't the bubbly clown music, this is the music at a boss fight with the blimp, I think. It's pretty cool. Here we are, the bubbly clown music. It's probably my favourite music in the game. And this is King Dede's theme. I love this song. Yeah, that's quite enough of that. Give me a moment, YouTube. Right, YouTube, I've fitted around the configuration mode, and now I just want to show off one extra thing you can do. Now, a lot of people say that this game is too easy and very short. Now, yes, that is true, but if you fiddle around with the game's settings and put the health bar at 1 and your lives at 1, and if you put it in extra game mode, this game can be very, very challenging. I mean, think about this. Try beating this game with no lives and only 1 hit point. I actually once tried to do it myself. I got to Mount DDD. But I think it was more to do with luck than actually getting there with skill. So, this game, yes, it's easy, but if you fiddle around with the settings, you can make it harder. And that's basically all I have to say about the game, YouTube. It's just a very fun 2D platformer. That's great from the go. Anyway, let's go to my complaints now. Okay, my complaints about Kirby's Dream Land for the original Game Boy. I have 0 complaints to this game. It's a really good game. A lot of people on the internet say it's too easy, but I don't really care, so I have 0 complaints. Now, my rating for Kirby's Dream Land is a 4 out of 5. So it's a very good game. It's definitely worth buying, definitely worth playing. You can probably find it on eBay for less than £5. So, definitely well worth picking up. My next review, YouTube, will be Super Mario 64 on the Nintendo 64. But I haven't got time for that today, YouTube. So, see you next time. Bye!